thank you very much for joining me today. We're here to talk a little bit more about your design concept at the Seahive project in Bettshanger. Let's start off with telling everybody about how you kind of initiated the design phase and how you first became involved with the project.
Well, I first saw Wave Garden in Bristol, and I was just blown away by it, and I just thought it was such a fantastic thing. And it's so amazing because it's contributed so much to Bristol and the economy and tourism for Bristol, and it's really put Bristol on the map. And I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a Wave Garden in Kent? But it wasn't until I had a call from Jim, and he was in South Africa at the time, and he said, I'm thinking about bringing Seahive and a Wave to Kent. And he said, where do you think this could go? And I knew exactly the right place by then. And having done that research, and Bettshanger was definitely the right place because it has the infrastructure, it has the cycling track, it is a destination already as a tourist destination, and this will just help to complement that whole park into becoming a wonderful destination for Kent, but then also for tourism.
So can you tell me a little bit about your design of the Seahive and the Wave Lagoon?
Well, when you arrive, you'll arrive at the main hub central building where there is the coal mining museum and the cafe, but then you'll come up the hill and there's a bridge that goes over the top of the cycle track so that the building won't interfere with the cycle track at all. And then as you come over the bridge, you're elevated and you'll look right over the lagoon. And your first view will be of these waves coming in, and the adrenaline will start to kick in, the heart will be racing, and that expectation of where you're going and what you might end up doing and surfing is all there. So we wanted that initial impact to be the lagoon and maybe not the building, but then you turn around towards the hub building that sits right in the center of the lagoon, and you come in and there'll be a foyer reception area, and then a cafe and a restaurant and a massive terrace that comes all the way across looking down, and you'll get that full advantage of the wave and seeing the waves. So what we really want to do is encourage people, just not surfers to come, but family members to watch, or just people to come and pick up that vibe and see what's going on.
Yeah. The project features a main building hub. What sort of facilities are going to be included within your proposed plans?
Incredibly important focal building to the whole site. It's not just going to be a restaurant and a cafe. It's going to become a meeting place. We've got workspaces in there. So you could go and surf and then come in and do a Zoom call and then go back out and surf again. But then there's also an event space, conferencing space. You could have a learning session on surfing, but then also combine that with a work event in the event space. All of that is at that first floor, and then underneath the building, behind this really large amphitheatre at the front, which is a huge viewing platform for the lagoon, is the changing rooms, all of that wet areas at the ground floor, and then the dry areas at first floor with the view.
So it sounds like a really all-encompassing experiential project. I mean, you've obviously got the main building and the hub, and as you've explained, kind of the surf lagoon, and then to the south of the site you've got the lodges. Can you explain a little bit about those?
Well, what we wanted was it not just to be a 1 hour, 2 hour experience, and to give people that opportunity to come and stay the night in the family lodge, and the lodges look over the lagoon. I think that it's an amazing experience to stay the night, see the wave, and then maybe have 2 or 3 goes on it to learn how to surf.
Yeah, absolutely. You alluded to the ecology of the site and some of the considerations that you've had to include within the plans. What other considerations have you had to sort of adhere to and put forward those ideas in terms of ecology and sustainability?
Ecology and sustainability absolutely fundamental to the project, and we have been working with some very clever ecologists to understand the nature of place and understand how we can actually integrate the design into this place with just the most minimal impact, and that's by creating ecology enhancements within the site itself and beyond the site. Sustainability is fundamental, and where the materiality comes from, and keeping the carbon as low as we possibly can. So what we're doing is we're looking at where materials come from, what the materials are, and we're even looking at recycled plastic bricks, and that plastic has come from the sea. So plastics that are polluting our oceans could be making this building, which I think is a really exciting opportunity.
So at Holloway Studio, it's not your first kind of extreme sport project. F51 was completed very recently, which is obviously a skate park. Is this sort of something that you're trying to get into, or seeing extreme sports more prevalent?
So we like to call them adrenaline sports. They are about trying to develop yourselves. These buildings, like F51, are for the next generation. With skating or with surfing, it's about learning this skill and confidence building. And what we've seen with F51 is so many young people getting involved. We hope that people will come down to F51, but then they'll also go over to the Seahive surf lagoon. And if we can inspire young people through schools and education, and we can create a nurturing environment, which is a safe environment for them, where they can test their limits, I think this will just be an amazing complementary adrenaline sports facility for Kent.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Guy.
Okay, thank you.